Hello friends, today I will play a memory game with you all, through which you will understand how properly do you use your brain, and how much do you utilize your brain. The game is very simple. I will say 10 different words. You need to listen to it very carefully and have to remember it. If you are ready, let's begin. Pencil, stamp, rainbow, carpet, apple, cock, planet, magazine, gold, watch. Now pause the video and try to remember. How many words do you recollect out of 10? Done? Okay. If you are an average person like me, then you will remember 5 to 7 words, and it must be difficult to remember it in the proper order. When I tried this, I could remember only 5 words. Now this thing is little weird, because we all know that our brain is capable of storing huge amount of data than this. In fact, study says that our brain can store data up to 2.5 petabytes. To let you know, 1 petabyte is equal to 1024 terabytes, and 1 terabyte is equal to 1024 gigabytes, to which we call GB as a short form, to be more precise about how much 2.5 petabyte data is. Example: if you start watching a video which is of 2.5 petabyte data amp of TV quality, and if you watch the video constantly, still you will take 300 years to see the full video. This is the capability of our brain. Then why it is that we are not able to remember simple words, numbers, or paragraphs? Our brain cannot memorize it easily, or after some time we quickly forget what we had remembered. Reason for this: mostly the techniques amp. Ways we use to remember things are not proper or correct. Most people try to remember things by mugging or by repeatedly memorizing it, but the reality is our brain is not made to remember things in such a manner. After some time, we quickly forget what we had remembered. Dominic O'Brien has become world memory champion for 8 times, not because he was born intelligent or he was very smart. In fact, he was the weak student and also the dyslexia child. Still, he became the memory champion because he knew the proper techniques and ways of remembering things and proper ways of utilizing his brain. Now I will tell you some of the principles, with the help of which even you all can remember things easily and properly, just like Dominic or like any other world memory champion. Principle number 1: imagination. William James said in his book that imagination and memory are strongly connected to each other. Example: if I ask you to share some of your old beautiful memories with me, you will start imagining that experience in your brain. Then you can easily tell me the experience, if you can easily recollect those memories. In different words, the things which you can easily imagine, you will more likely to remember it. When I ask you all to remember those 10 words, like me, most people have not remembered properly, and those who have remembered will not be able to keep it for the long time, because we have not connected those words with the imagination. Meaning, when I said the word apple, then you should have imagined and visualized that you are holding a big red apple, which tastes really good and has a good fragrance. After imagining something like this, there would have been a higher chance of remembering the word apple. Here, if you have noticed, I have used many human senses in the imagination, like how the apple was looking, its color, its smell, etc. I did this because including senses makes the work more memorable. Principle number 2: association. Here, association means connection between two things. We are more likely to remember things which are connected to each other. Example: we listen and see something, so we start remembering stuff related to it. It happens because our brain remembers things easily when it has a connection between each other or an association. But when we can see the connection between two things, then it becomes difficult for us to remember it. Again, same example. When I told you those 10 words, they all were different. Because of that, you find difficult to recollect it. But if I would have said the words which have a connection to each other, then you must have remembered it easily. Like, if I had said pencil, then eraser, ruler, sharpener, etc., then you must have remembered these words easily, because most of the people can see the connection and link easily between these words. So if we want to remember different stuffs, then we must use our imagination and need to make an imagination between them. Now, using these 2 principles, a technique forms, which is known as story method. Using this technique, we can increase our memory capabilities. To understand this practically, again, we will play a word game, but this time we will not remember it normally. Instead, in a story form amp. We will see how different results do we get. You can try this by closing your eyes. Just follow my words and imagine it properly in your mind. Start. Let's begin. Cycle, Imagine that you are going somewhere by riding a light green color bicycle and feeling the fresh air while pedaling, feeling very much relaxed because this cycle is very comfortable and smooth. Chocolate. While riding a bicycle, you feel hungry, so you stop near the store and purchase your favorite chocolate and start eating. Guitar. While eating the chocolate, you suddenly hear something. When you listen to it attentively, you understand that it is the sound of guitar. You find the sound so soothing that you start following it. Soldier. When you reach near the guitar player, you see that he is the soldier, tall and muscular. He is looking at you with a smiling face. Suitcase. You see an old suitcase near soldier's ledge in which people are giving money. Necklace. Then a woman comes. She finds soldier talent so attractive that she puts shiny diamond necklace in his suitcase. Football. As she starts walking, suddenly a football hits her. Kids. And when you see from where the football has come, you found out that from the short distance, some kids were playing games. You understand it must be their football. Mask. When you start looking needs carefully, among them you see a kid who is looking different from the other kids. Reason: he is wearing a white color mask on his face. You find that mask attractive, so you start walking towards that kid. Rose. You see something red on the white mask. As you walk closer, the fragrance of the rose starts coming. Reason: on the kid's mask rose was mounted. Stapler. When you reach almost very close to that kid, you see that the child has stapled on his mask. Road. Then the child suddenly starts running towards the road full of vehicles. Tomato. While running, suddenly tomato comes under his feet, due to which he loses his balance and falls on the ground. Rocket. After he falls, he looks towards the sky. He sees a big fire rocket going into the sky. The end. Now again pause the video and see how many words do you remember. For remembering every single word, you need to recreate the entire story in your mind. This time I have not told you 10 words. Instead I have said 14 words. Now if you all have imagined the story properly, then you would have remembered all 14 words, also in the proper order. Do comment your both time scores. This story was my imagination, so there is the possibility that maybe you all have not memorized it properly or easily. If you make a story of as per your imagination, then this technique will work much better. You can make story whichever way you want to. Just try to use different senses. Use a new imagination and try to keep a logical association between them. This was the only one technique which Memory Champion uses. If you want to learn other techniques as well, do let me know on the comment section. This technique which I have shared with you all is from the book You Can Have an Amazing Memory by Dominic O'Brien. This book contains many other techniques which can help you to increase your memory capabilities. If you wanted to learn all those techniques, then on the given description link you can buy this book. Do like this video. If you find this techniques useful, comment your scores and views. Support my channel by sharing this video with your friends and family. Do subscribe this channel. I will share more such useful knowledge with you all, usually every week. And finally, thanks for watching.